We both will keep presenting. So yeah, I will request my co-founder to start with the presentation. I hope you all can see the screen and the presentation.
Yes, we are able to do that.
Okay, great.
So you have total 5 minutes, 5 plus 2 minutes for the Q&A. So maybe you should limit your pitch in 5 minutes. Okay, time starts now. Go ahead.
So hello everybody, I am Ashish, and the on the screen is also Ashish, and both of us, we are from iGenPod. I'm going to tell you a story. I was born and raised in Kanpur, went to a regular school. I, as a regular rank holder, but never really got an opportunity to represent my school or my class in any of the competitions, because there was always that bunch of 5 or 6 kids who are participating everywhere, and not everybody else gets that opportunity. Then I went on to my, undergraduation, post-graduation, went into that corporate ecosystem. And that is when I, got a hang of that personality development or life skills. And that is when I realized how important, all these things are. Now imagine there are a lot of millions of students in India who are not getting all those financial literacy or entrepreneurial skills or personality development training when they're in their school days, right? And that's the problem. These are the things that our schools are right now not focusing on. And this is exactly what we are trying to do. We are trying to see how we can actually tell students how to sell, how to negotiate, how to, sort of read the financial statements, the entrepreneurial mindset, maybe out of the box thinking. And that is exactly what we are focusing on through our course. Now, you see, the current education system, like I mentioned, they are intensely focused onto the academics. It's all about how much marks you have gathered in physics, chemistry, maths. That's all they're, really bothered about. Nobody is preparing students about life skills here in India. Nobody's talking about an entrepreneurial mindset or financial literacy or, a regular communication classes. And out of the box thinking is actually just out of the box when it comes to the complete, school curriculum ecosystem that is there. So that is when iGenPod comes into picture. I mean, we have solutions catering to the entire gamut of age group, starting from a preschooler, which could be probably 4 to 5 years of age, till a teen who is around 17 to 18 years of age. Now, from a preschooler, we have very precisely curated content, typically catering to life skills and communications and phonics building. And then as we move from school age to tweens to teens, that is where we are focusing more on building an entrepreneurial mindset or problem solving ability or reading financial literacy. So these are the kind of curated contents that we have as a part of our solutions offering. Moving on. So that is exactly what we do. Like I mentioned, I mean, we are focusing on the creativity, communication, and confidence building part of a student. And how do we do that? We do that through our dynamic.
Hey, somebody's mic is on.
So we do that through our dynamic and global class. I mean, we have students in very single class. We have students from Kanpur, Lucknow, Delhi, Singapore, Bahrain, you just name it. And, there's a multicultural or a multi-geographic society or a class that is, sitting in, all the students are sitting in one class and they are learning from their peers. And how do we do that? We are doing it through our activity-based or a game-based learning sessions. I mean, there's a teacher who is managing that class. And then there are story-based sessions that we are doing. So we are mixing the best of both worlds, which is through stories and through the human interactions, we are teaching the kids about life skill, personality development training that we do. And that's precisely our value proposition. Like you see here, this delicious cake that you see in front of you, you can see there are so many academia related skills that are, probably catered by the school. And that is represented by the color starting from green till yellow. But what about the main chunk, which is the pink or the personality development part? Now that is where we are focusing on, and that is how we are completing the entire cake of an individual. So moving on to the numbers part.
Yeah, thank you, Ashish. Talking about the value proposition till now, let's see how bigger the market is. So as per the one of the market research firm, this English learning and the basically the personality development market is priced at 40 billion by 2025, and the market is growing with double-digit figure every year. And the parents are actually understanding the importance of personality development at the end of the day among the kids. And that's where the opportunity lies. We see that within India itself, the market is has a 3 billion market which is available for the capture. And with the current resources which we have and how we are growing, we see that by the end of by the mid of next year, we will be able to capture 5 million USD market. Deep diving a little bit on our value proposition, what my co-founder also covered. So we are trying to do this in two particular ways. So one is our dynamic content, where the teachers are coming in and talking to the kids and making them understand how a particular concept is actually driven. So making them understand about the concept is completely our lesson plans are all gamified for them to understand all of these things. And we are building a whole curriculum around this to build our content so that the kids can actually use it as a self-paced learning. And also we will have our dynamic content where the teachers will be interacting using these lesson plans and will be teaching these kids. So what makes us different is we have this methodology of teaching that one is what the co-founder said, that we had the activity-based learning modules. Apart from that, we make sure that the kids are learning that, like it's getting imbibed in them. So we focus on learning. So we teach them first a particular concept, and then the complete section gets into interactive base so that they can communicate and their confidence built and they love to learn. So then they get to implement. And then we do a small competition kind of thing to assess where they stand, and they of course get all the report cards and the leaderboards while all of this is happening. Now this has been our journey since last 4 months. So I created this idea in April basically, and May is when we went live. Since then, our teams have been busy in building curriculum. We have been busy in building our tech. We have not done sales and marketing at all till now. It's all of that has been organic growth. We are, we are there everywhere on all social media pages, and Facebook does bring us a few of our clients, but it's all through word of mouth what we have reached till now 2,000 plus customers. And this has happened because the parents who are and the students who are part of our classes, they really like the way we have curated our curriculum and the best feedback loop which we have created for the parents. So we have built up a community among the parents itself, and we are, they have taken our one. So initially they took. So we have a subscription-based model. And the subscription-based model, initially they go for basic plan, but all of them have upgraded to our platinum plan, which covers for next 6 to 7 months. And now coming to the growth numbers, this is how our growth looks like. The percentage contribution by various revenue streams is that we have our general programs, which are contributing to approximately 85% of our revenue, and rest of that is coming from the rest of the, we do some workshops, we have coding curriculum running in our company, and this is how the revenue breakup looks like. But as you could see, the content part, we are just generating 2.5% of revenue at present, but we plan to take this for the major of the contribution to the company's revenue in next 1 year. That's what the plan is.
Ashish, you have 1 more minute left here.
Yeah, sure. So that's what the plan is going ahead. As you could see, that this is the revenue breakup coming from various age groups. We have an 85% retention rate. All of our parents, most of our parents are actually renewing the plans they have. So going ahead, this is how the roadmap looks like. We plan to go B2B to C. We collaborate with the schools and increase our number of subscribers, provide our lesson plans and the curriculum which we will build to the schools to actually engage their children. And we are already in conversation with few of the schools, and they have shown a great interest in the curriculum, in the lesson plans which we have developed. And apart from that, then we definitely plan to move to non-English speaking countries and then bring out new revenue streams to actually contribute to the current revenue. We have most of our revenue currently coming in from metros, but we plan to expand to tier 1 cities as we go ahead. So these are some of our happy customers till now. You can read more about our reviews on the Facebook page and on our website. Talking about the team, we have so the founders, they bring in the experience from various fields. We have worked with a lot of MNCs and startups. We have I myself come from the product and strategy teams. I have led those teams. Ashish, the other Ashish, has led the partnership alliances and the sales and has grown companies along with has grown within the companies itself. And now talking about our CTO, he has worked on the Geo app and played a major role in building up the Geo app. Rest of the team, basically, we have most of the team who is designing the content, who is designing our lesson plans, and also building the curriculum up. So that's where our major focus is, so that we can build up most of our content. And thank you so much.
Can you show your product?
Or you want to see our website or the lesson plan, one of the lesson plans?
Yeah, so one of the lesson plans
I
and
think the lesson plan would help.
Yeah, so this is one of the lesson plan which we have had a few weeks back itself, like the last weekend itself.
So that we can work with them and make our kingdom more prosperous. Yes, my king, I will do as you say, and will bring you the root cause of this unhappiness. Tenali commands his soldiers to bring all the complaint box installed in the city to his office.
this is for which age group?
Ashish, you want to?
Yeah, so this is for the age group of 9 till 13. So this specific video that you see is a part of our problem solving course, wherein we are teaching them how to identify the root cause. So, the entire pedagogy goes something like this. Like, we introduce the concept, we do some exercises. Let's say, in a particular case, we did how we can identify the root cause by asking why questions, and then doing a Pareto analysis so as to identify that, okay, these are the actual root causes. That's how we introduce the concept. And then next is the activity-based sessions, wherein we first, play this particular story. That's what's there in front of the screen right now. And that basically sets the context of the entire activity to follow. And then we have like worksheets which are in the format of PDF. And also it's there, online as well. And so this, I said, as I mentioned, this basically sets the context, and then the activity to follow is there in the PDF.
So
yeah.
How does the flow happen? What happens from the how does the delivery happen? At what point of time do you trigger?
Yes. Okay. So like we mentioned earlier, we actually blending the best of both worlds, in the sense, let's say I'm this Saturday today, and then we have a session which is the first session on problem solving. So there's a teacher in the class, and then there are like students in the class. So that teacher is going to discuss about what problem solving is, how do you identify problem. She's going to tell all the basic points and introduce all the basic points in the class. We'll do some very simple activity on Pareto analysis. Session, we'll do the revision of what we have done in Saturday, and then we are going to say that, okay, this is the activity that we're going to do. So we're going to play this video. We played this video, and this video basically set the context of the next question to follow.
Sorry, just step back. Now, if I'm a customer, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Can we start from there? So I say I sign up for my son.
Mm-hmm.
So can you just run through it? How do you arrive at program, and how do you get the teacher in, and whether the teacher is your employee, or is the teacher is a third party who who's using your system? How does that?
No,
can
so
you just
this,
give me a...
Yeah. So this particular teacher is our own, is a part of our team. Okay.
Right.
And the content that is curated, that is also done by our team. Okay. Now, if you are the customer and let's say you have enrolled your kid who is probably 11 years old, okay, to one of our courses, okay. So now what we do is you will obviously get the invite for class, and then you enter the class. Let's say you enter Saturday's class with us, and basically we are giving like 2 free trial classes initially. So you enter your free trial class, and in the Saturday session, the teacher, I mean, there'll be a teacher in that session, and then there'll be like 7 other students along with your kid, and the teacher is going to introduce this particular concept in the class, okay. And then obviously we tell before the class what we are going to introduce in the class, so that you have some sort of context of what is coming your way. And then we introduce problem solving. I'm just taking the same example. We are introducing problem solving in the class. We tell them the concept, and then again on Sunday, same time, it's the same session. Only thing is this time we are playing this video, and then we are going to do the major activity, which is related to finding the root cause of the problem. So that's the whole journey of introducing one concept. So we introduce one concept, did an activity, and then in the Sunday session, through our stories or through these little games or stories, we are going to do activities, so that the entire concept that we have introduced is reinforced pretty well in a student's mind.
Well,
So just to sum up, just to sum up that we the concept which I told, that we do learn, implement, compete. So that's our basic criteria. So we teach them a concept. Once the concept is taught, that we make them actually drive that concept, do a practice on that, and actually take decisions. So they will have to solve a problem at the end of the day to go through this problem solving session. And then we actually keep a competition, we keep a group batch, because then they interact with each other, and then they interact their basically their answers, they check with each other, and then they finally arrive on a result. And that's how we imbibe the whole concept within the kids we are. So it's completely concept based teaching through this method, what we do.
So seems to be commonsensical, the approach, but is there any is that whole approach backed up by any research effort that this is the best way to do? And have you got somebody part of the team? I didn't pay much attention to the team slide when you put up. Can you go back to the team slide, and is this who's driving the whole content structure and the flow?
So the content structure, what we have built till now, and what we are building going forward, is it's all being thought through by us, the founders, currently. And the challenges is actually so once we are implementing, we are understanding that this is what actually kids they want, and this is the major skills which they are missing. And we have few advisors who actually advise that what schools are actually missing in. And I cannot take the name currently, but they actually drive us that these are the important skills which are getting missed, and these are the important skills which you should focus upon. And that's
Have
how
you had a look at what are the the components of curriculum for these schools as prescribed by CBSE board, and what are the things that government prescribes for a student at each of these age groups? Have you had a look at it?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
Do you think these are all gaps there? They have not identified this, is what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're saying something?
Yes, absolutely. And these are some of the gaps that we have seen, and that's exactly the reason why we are focusing on these particular skills.
Okay, I seem to have some doubt. I'll have to look it up, because what I remember is that these things have already been mapped by even the CBSE board and the education board as what has to be part of it. Because what schools do and how they do it has been a gap. But whether the board has prescribed these things, I think they are there. But anyway, I'll check, because this is something I looked up quite some time ago. So there seems to be some disconnect there. Okay, and so currently you are going through the retail model. You're just opening up for anybody who can sign up, is it?
Correct.
Yes.
and you're promoting it online, I mean, whatever, digital.
Yeah, it's
social.
completely online.
Right. Any other question by anybody else, or can you go back to your team slide in the meantime?
No questions at the moment.
And the content you're doing, are you producing or you're licensing from other producers?
We are producing ourselves.
We are producing ourselves.
But most of this content is already there, right? It must be a cost for you to be creating those content again. I mean, similar to what you showed.
Sir, it's... Yeah. Go ahead, Malocha, go ahead.
Yeah, so see, some of these stories are something that have come from scratch, and this is our own creation. And see, so what we have basically tried to do is we have tried to align all these activities or stories that you just see with our lesson plans. Okay, so there must be a lot of other stories that are in and around available in the market, but what we are trying to do is we are trying to align every story with the concept that we are introducing in the class, so that it's a complete closed loop offering that we are giving to the kids at the end of the day. So specifically, if I tell you, in this particular scenario, which is problem solving chapter 1, which is identifying the root cause. So in the class, we introduce, you should not just focus on the problem on the surface. You should try and go deep and try and find the root cause. Ask 5 whys, why this is happening, why this is happening. Do a Pareto analysis on this. And then the Sunday activity or the story that followed had all these, components, asking the questions, doing a Pareto analysis of that.
Can you show what is your effort poster? What is it that you advertise as why they should come? Do you have that promo, a single slide or something that you can?
So I can put up my our website and the programs which we are.
No, is that how you're promoting it? I mean,
no. So we have posts which go on every day in, day out. So I just
you promote individual courses. Is it like live coding classes? What you've shared now? So you promote each of those programs separately?
We promote each of these programs separately. There's basically our SEOs for which we think that the words are very, very relevant. So like the one of the posts which we put out today, I'll just bring it on your screen.
Well, in the meantime, Saroj, you have a question, I believe.
Yeah. I just I wanted to check with you. I think we see lot of startups and companies in the similar field. Already they are old. And how are you different? One. Second thing is, what is your pricing point? How do you in future see what would be how will you be charging people, and what will you start unit cost, and how do you charge them? And third thing is, I didn't see a slide exactly what you are looking for actually.
So we are looking for advisors and for our angel funding as of now. So that's what we are looking for.
So where are you based from? Are you based from
Bangalore? We are based out of Bangalore.
Okay. So you are looking now. What is that kind of requirement? What is the kind of funding, and what for the purpose of that fund?
So the purpose of the funding, what we are looking for is we want to build our sales team. We want to increase our marketing efforts, and that's where we want to invest. And we want to build up an animation team within the company itself, so that we can build on these. So you might have heard like something on the similar line. There is a company by the name of Books. They do storytelling for the kids through animated story, basically. So our concept is basically we want to drive all of these concepts. Like for a young kid, like how do you teach for him to look at a clock and understand what time it is, hour, half an hour, quarter past 1 or something. So we want to build up stories around these concepts and teach them through these concepts. So of course, there are startups who are there outside, and there are edutech startups which are there outside, but the way we are teaching and the kind of curriculum and the kind of teaching which is going to them and how interested they are and how they wait for weekends to come in, that has bring up confidence within us, the founders, that this is something which can really blow up. And that's what we have been seeing in the numbers also. And there are a lot of customers who say the same thing about us, that my kid has started to sit in front of the laptop because the way you guys teach. And that has become like a really, really confidence vote for us to understand, yes, we are doing really good. Coming to the pricing, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, you had something.
No, the customer is saying this today is getting free. Will he give the same feedback when he charges money?
Yes, sir. So it's completely paid model, sir. Nothing is free. So you just get you just get 2 free trial classes. That's it. And then there is a subscription-based model: 2 months, 4 months, and 6 months. Our current pricing model has current pricing model is at 1,500 rupees for 2 months. And going forward, so coding has some different plans. This is what our plans look like. So basic plan is 1,500, gold plan is 2,799, and the premium plan is 4,000 rupees for 6 months.
So out of 1,000 customers, how many are in that in this fitting into this not free trial, but in the payment plan?
Sir, we have today, as of today, we have 273 customers who have paid and are on the premium plans. So that's there are some who are on gold plan also, and what we have seen that most of our customers, when they start, they take our basic plan, but within a week's time to upgrade themselves to a premium plan. That's what we have seen till now, because the kids, they like the program and they have been upgrading. And since last 1 month, we have seen a lot of upgrades happening within us because of various things. Like schools are opening up, so they want this thing for a long time. They have understood that this is something which is adding value to their kids. So it's really showing, and the parents are really showing interest in this.
So
I tell you a very.
Would you kindly prepare a slide? What is that fund you need? How the fund will be deployed?
Sure, sir. I'll send it across to you.
Sir, a very simple citation I would like to tell you here is, we have kids who are studying in Shivnadar. Shivnadar is supposedly a very good school in Noida.
I know.
And, and we are getting messages. So we introduced the concept of time there, even this 4 to 6 age group. And then after that, we got messages from the parents saying that, my kid has now started to understand that, okay, this is what the time is in the clock. Obviously, he or she is taking time because, minutes they have to calculate in the multiples of 5, but they have actually understood the concept and they are actually able to tell me what the time is in the clock right now. So it's an offering which is, we can say that it's something that is mutually exclusive with what schools are also teaching. And parents and kids both are.
So are you doing examination, giving a certificate kind of things?
Yes, we are. By the end of whichever course parent is taking, we are providing them with the certificate, and obviously there is an exam to follow as well.
But there's no affiliation to any board or any education affiliation bodies.
Currently, affiliate, no.
But in the future, is a plan to any affiliation?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Absolutely.
So, sir, another thing which I want to shoot, we also give all of us, so we choose these star kids who are really, really good performers and help them to actually showcase their talent and other things. So we also have a marketing channel which has helped us a lot, which is kind of which we call iGenPod TV, where we showcase the kids who have really developed and who have moved on to level 4 of communication skills. We help them to come on board, speak on a topic, and that's where we go live on our platform. So this on your page on the screen, we went live for the coding class. So we keep going live, and that's where the iGenPod TV comes in, and we keep reaching out to different parents through that medium also. So currently we don't have any marketing and sales, but we are doing a lot of going live, telling the parents this is how we do the sessions. These are our kids who have been with us since last 4 months, and this is what their progress has been. So yeah.
So only one last question. Now you have enough income to take care of your expenses, running expenses?
Yes, sir. So I forgot this question which you asked, sir. We have 80% of the revenue with the company itself. So our expenses are only 20% at present. But of course, we want to start investing all of this into our sales and marketing efforts. And that's where we have started. We have increased our budget for September month for our marketing, and we are investing all of our money which we have saved in profits to the marketing and sales side. That's what we are doing currently.
Okay, thanks. And Anand, you may have some questions.
Yeah, so my question was more around so just yesterday I was seeing somebody from the US who had actually developed a microeconomics course for children, right? And they had done a tremendous job of that, and they're also doing in personal wealth. So their idea is, life skills is what they're focusing on, learning to handle money, learning to understand economics. I think is very critical for you to be at least balanced in your life, right? So they're very focused on that. So my question to them was, why aren't you getting into other areas? They said, no, we want to be very focused in a few things we want to do. So my question to you is on similar lines. So what are you guys focused on, a certain stream of thought in terms of pedagogy, or you're playing it as it comes kind of a thing?
Yeah, so we are really focused on the life skills part, and Malhotra, you can add upon that.
Yeah. So in terms of pedagogy, we have a very definitive pedagogy, like I mentioned, life skills. So in the similar way, we are also trying to teach entrepreneurship or financial literacy to this age group of 9 to 14. And the way we are doing is, here we have introduced a rock band of kids. Again, it's a story. Here we have introduced a rock band of kids and how they are sort of like earning money or spending money or doing the budgeting, doing the complete financing, or coming up with a new idea or a new thought. That's exactly what we are also trying to do. So the entire pedagogy is very definitive. Introduce the concept, and through an activity or a storyboard, we try to get kids do the complete activity also.
Okay, very good. I think so the devil will always be in terms of how engaging your content is and how much effort you spend. So that's where Nanju's question also comes in, right? Into how much money are you spending developing this content, as compared to if somebody else has developed the content, can we license it from them? Are you looking at creative ways around this?
Yes, sir. So we have planned to actually use the next when we the amount of money which we are earning, and so we have divided now that to 50% go in marketing and 50% around the curriculum building, and that's where we are hiring few of the animation guys who have worked in the VFX side to help us create these lesson plans, and that's where we are investing much more than our sales right now. Because we are growing with word of mouth, we don't want to go out with unless and until we have our static content built up and our whole lesson plan built up. So that's where the most of our money and the thought is going on currently. Like we are investing much of our time around that itself.
Okay, cool. Thank you. That's all I had questions.
You are only looking at consumers directly. You have no plans for institutional engagement?
No, we definitely.
We do have plans. It was there in the roadmap as well, sir. Currently,
but your current pricing didn't show any of that, right? Currently, you're not looking.
Currently, we are not. Yeah. Yes. We want to build up our curriculum, lesson plans, everything, and then we go there. We have planned December is when we will start to reach out to schools with our lesson plan completely built up with the stats. For the schools to actually engage there. So we are targeting initially the preschoolers, where our storytelling part will become really, really crucial for them. So for them, all the concept-based teaching through the story is what we plan to start first. And then we are going to target these entrepreneurial and financial literacy part also along with that. So,
yeah. Personal question. Are you guys have kids?
No.
No.
Okay.
So but do you have a lot of nephews, so.
No, but do you have a view to what currently the schools are doing for these this age group because
Thank
I'm
you
a
so much
parent.
for asking this, Nanju.
Nanju, 1 minute. You're wrong question. First, the question should be: are you guys are married? Then you'll have
Does
kids.
it matter? Still married? Then next question.
I
So I
suggest,
thought let's
like
just go to.
Nanju was saying, I think we want to look at, actually sharing it with few parents and having your customer validation. Because, like Saroj pointed out earlier, there are competitors who are already doing this. So, to figure out what is your USP, you will need to speak to parents to see what they're already using.
Yes, ma'am.
Parents
That's
well, and that's the reason I was looking at it. To be
Good.
honest, it didn't interest me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that is one. And second thing is from the point of view of schools, what schools are doing currently to engage their students. So do you have a view to that?
Yeah.
Yes, we do have view to that. I mean, like we mentioned, we do have, so the way we are doing it as well is, there's like every fortnightly we are doing a feedback session with our parents just to understand, what is being taught in schools and the way we are teaching, how we can sort of like
So
improve.
are you also profiling those parents then? What is the profile? Where does kids go? What kind of school they go to?
Yes, so we have sort of come up with a persona of these parents, definitely.
So just to add on to what Malhotra said, sir. So we have built up these persona even at the starting when we were starting the company itself. And apart from that, we have a list of founding parents, where we call them founding parents, because they have really helped us to build and to actually help us guide that this is what the direction we should take. We have few of our advisors who also help us, who are from the tech industry. And we are also, like now when we are actually growing, we are actually looking for those advisors who can actually help us in this more in a better way, the curriculum building part. So that's what we are doing currently. And definitely the whole feedback loop and everything is very, very ingrained in the company, because we take feedbacks really, really seriously. Every fortnightly or every week, Malhotra has his set of parents. I have my set of parents who we reach out to. After every 1 month, they complete with us. We see what are the challenges, if they are facing any challenges. When we onboard the customer, the most important part is that we ourselves get on the call when we are onboarding the customers. We talk to them that, sir, this is what we do. This is what we are doing. Are you really interested? What do you think we should add or we should remove from the curriculum? So feedback is really, really crucial for us, and we have understood this from the early stages itself.
Okay, last question. You didn't mention what is did you mention and I missed it? Then Saroj asked.
Sorry, sir?
What you're looking at raising?
So we are looking for raising. We are looking somewhere around 100K currently as a figure which we want to raise.
And you have your investor pitch separately.
Yes, we have a separate investor pitch also. Definitely.
Okay, we can. All right. So can we have a quick round of any other clarification anybody needs before we from the audience? There are no questions come up in the chat room.
I just have a view that I want to share, an observation. While I might be sharing it once again, but I think you just, the product needs to be shared with a few customers, prospective parents in the age group that you're targeting, and then get their actual view. And many of them could be strangers as well, because you get the best feedback from strangers. It's completely an unbiased view, right? They're just looking at it as a parent, right? It'll really help you to catapult your product to a stage, or look at a USP which nobody else is doing, right? Because if you're also going to be one of the products, why should people come to you and not look at something else? The reason I'm saying this is I have actually used a lot of this for my child when she was growing up. So at that point of time, of course, a lot of CDs and all were there. But right now, if I just go on and, online and probably subscribe somewhere, there are stories and, for a small fee that I can get every time, right? With models in it, built in it. And even the stories have even adapted to the current scenario, right? So I'd like you to look up the website of Kutuki. Okay, Kutuki is led by Sneha Sundaram, who's one of the women startup program. She's a part of the women startup cohort here at NSRCell. She's doing some amazing stuff for children and especially below 6. I know that your target is a little different, but what I'm trying to say is you might get a different idea. You know, she does a lot of stories, different sessions, story writing where the children only come up with something different stuff. So please look it up and give you ideas on how you can look at it, because you both are in different segments. So you're not competition to each other, but it might trigger off some ideas. Okay, I'd like you to look at it from that point of view. And we have another lady called Dabble Art. Okay, that's the name of the startup. Another lady leading this, Kareen, I think is her name, but Dabble Art, that's the name of the firm. And they do a lot of stuff with puppeting, different sessions, especially in the pandemic. They're doing really well for themselves. So all of this might give you some ideas, or it might take you nowhere. Depends on how you look at it, right? Just a thought to share. Good luck for you, and I hope that you stand out than the rest, and then you're able to tap into a larger market. Thanks. Shall we have the next presenter, please?
Well, there is some question from Nishanta Kumar. What is it?
Actually, I was just wanting to check one of our startups from Adi Naturals, no, from NSRCell. They were here for quite some time, and then one of the co-founders logged off because they had another meeting. So, in case they are there, then I will ask them to present. Is it okay? Nanju, Vijay, is that all right?
Should be fine.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that.
Okay.
No.
Question. Somebody's asking a question. I mean, Nishanta Kumar Samar.
Yeah. Most important proof of that you have so far. Is that proof of delivery you're referring to, Nishanta, or something else?
I'm talking about the point of difference.
Point of difference. Maybe you should expand every time because POD is used in so many contexts. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall
or
we
if
answer?
the USP, if I can rephrase it, Nishanta, if that works for you.
They have, or do they want to bring in something maybe which they do not have right now? They just want to bring in.
That was more or less on the same lines as what Saroj was asking and what Mukta has also been talking about is what is that unique differentiator that you bring forth compared to so many other players that are currently in the market. So I guess, did you have some quick answer to that? Not a long answer, a short answer.
Yeah, I got it.
Typically what is happening is maybe the startups in this particular ecosystem, they are either focusing on just generating that content, get that understanding, or is it just an online class where a teacher is there and he or she is imparting knowledge to the students? What we are doing is we are getting a blend of the best of both worlds, wherein we have a teacher who is basically managing the entire class, and then we have video-based stories through which the complete activity is done.
I get you,
that
Ashish. You're kind of trying to bring the classroom experience with digitally enabled delivery of content
right
onto them. But okay, that is what you think is your differentiator, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there are challenges. The thing is,